Hi everyone, this is Jayska from a Diamond and Sticks YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing, probably end up being a long video to be honest, because today I'm going to end up going through this box here, this plastic box that I have. This is my memorial or my memory box, and so it might take a while to go through it. I'm going to try to declutter this box as much as I can because I need the room. This house that I live in is a very small house, and I don't have much room at all in it. And as you all can tell, I've been trying to get rid of what I can get rid of, the stuff that belongs to me, that I'm willing to part with or whatever. But I have a whole lot more that can be, that I need to go through. So today we're going to be working on this box here. This is a memory box of mine. Pretty much all my keepsakes and stuff like that in it. And no, my house is not the cleanest house in the world, but it's actually cleaner than what it has been. I need to clean up the cat litter boxes and stuff, but that's a process, and I usually don't do it, to be honest, with all the cats that I have. I have about 9 cats, and I usually don't get around to cleaning all 4 of the litter boxes, but like once a week, to be honest, because it takes me hours just to clean those litter boxes. So um, I'm just doing things as I can and as I feel like it. And as you can see in the floor, and my cats do have fleas. I do give them baths and stuff and Dawn dish detergent, and I have flea medicine and flea spray, but it doesn't get rid of them. They still have them. And all the clothes in the floor that's kind of been folded but also been messed with is my youngest daughter's clothes, and I just don't have anywhere to put it right now. Along with this up here that's folded, that's my youngest daughter's. And then I have a pile of clothes that I haven't put in a drawer yet. Recently, we got gifted a chest that was gave to us, that chest right there. And I've been trying to fill it up, and I haven't made time to put my pile of clothes in one of those drawers. And then I need hangers. I ran out of hangers. And so there's about 3 or 4 more piles of clothes on that computer desk there you can see. And I need hangers for all the rest of those. And I don't have the hangers. So that's just where I'm putting them now to get them out of the floor for now. And you can tell we need new everything. This house is falling apart. It is what it is. I don't have the kind of income to invest in it or nothing. I just do things as I can. And right now, I just don't have the money to replace the floor, to even get the underflooring or whatever. I don't know if it's called particle board or plywood wood or what it is. And then I have other stuff in this house too that does not belong to me. It belongs to other people. And so there's a bunch of stuff, as you can see, in these plastic tubs and stuff behind me I can't get rid of. And I have this box here that I keep all my art supplies or coloring supplies in. I have this box here that I keep all my medical stuff in. And then this box here that we're getting ready to go through. This belongs to me. This is my memory box. And then here's my bed right here. And I have more art stuff over here. Then that's my important paper box there. As you can see outside, it's very, very dreary looking outside and gray looking outside, and it's been raining off and on. It's not really cold. It's nice feeling. It's in the 70s, but it's just a wet, dreary looking day. And then there's the babies that's left of Salen's babies. She has 4 that's left now. One of them passed away. But there's 4, and we do plan on keeping one for my youngest daughter. So, but that's it. We hopefully be able to get rid of the rest of them, give them away to somebody who will take care of them and wants them locally. But anyways, in this video, I really do try not to show people's pictures and stuff, but I probably will end up showing some pictures of people, that I'm going to throw away and stuff from this box in this video. And this probably take me a while. This is probably going to be a long video. And it's just decluttering and stuff of this big tub here, this big box. And as you can see across from here, I've got other tubs. Those don't belong to me. One of those is what little bit of tools we have. The one that has the green lid over there is the one that belongs to my oldest daughter. That's her memory box. And then the one below there belongs to someone else that has that green thing in it. Then on top of there, on top of that chest, I have like another little drawer that I keep like crayons and markers and stuff in, art supplies. That belongs to me. And then obviously like the laundry baskets, I keep like oven mitts and that one on top, the little round white one. And then the one on the bottom, I'm keeping like dish towels and dish rags in. And then the gray one over there you see near the cats where they keep the cat food is that's just sheets, random sheets in that one. And then below it I have some quilts and just some throws and stuff like that. Not many, but a few. And then below that I have a hair bow box that belongs to me and my daughters. Across from here we have a little tub that's cat stuff, but I also have cat stuff in the kitchen on the shelves in there, but that's just a little bit that we keep in there. And then we have other cat food trays for the small kittens, and they are, even though they're still breastfeeding off their mama, they're still some of them's getting water and food now out of the food trays. And then we have the litter boxes. I just have those cardboard boxes kind of to cover the splatter from the excess of the waste of the litter boxes. I wish I could afford to get nice litter boxes, but those are like $600 online, so obviously I can't afford to get that right now. So we just make do with what we got until we can get better. And I would like to paint and stuff inside my house and stuff as long as I'm having to live here. But obviously I can't afford to do that right now either because paint is very, very costly. And I really like the name brand that comes from Lowe's of Sherwin-Williams paint. But that paint, the last time I painted in this house, it was like $55 a gallon of paint from Lowe's of the Sherwin-Williams brand. So I just think that's very, very costly. And unfortunately, I'm not rich to afford the paint right now. So it is what it is. But this video might take a while for me to do because I'm sure some of this stuff I might have a tendency to hold on to because memorial stuff like this or memory stuff can be emotional. So I appreciate any of y'all who just will watch like a minute of my videos. I mean, I appreciate that. If you just watch a minute, I appreciate you. Because I'm sure this right here video will probably be a long one. But, and then like over here, that belongs to other people. Some of it belongs to my youngest daughter, her memory boxes and pictures boxes and stuff like that. And then some of it belongs to my ex. And my house is just used like a storage place for a lot of people because I don't know, a lot of different reasons, but I won't get into that. There's my cat Maximo, and there's Salem with her babies piled up there in the floor on the clothes there, some of the clothes. But my kitchen's mostly clean. I cleaned it the other day. I mean, obviously it does get a little bit dirty and stuff because of all the cat hair and stuff. I wish I could afford to buy like, robo vacuums or robot vacuums, the round ones that look like discs that you put on the floor. But I can't afford those either because those are like starting off at like $200 on up. And I would like the Shark name brand because I've had the Shark name brand before, and it's a really, really good quality name brand when it comes to vacuum cleaners. But there's so much I need for this house. It's just ridiculous because it's falling apart. It was even falling apart whenever I got it. It was a used old house. This was a 1976 model house, so and we had it moved. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's more than depressing, but especially for me in my situation, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but I just don't like living next to family at all. I hate it. I've hated it all my life. I thought, and obviously that didn't happen, but I thought whenever I was younger and I got married, I've only been married one time and I'm divorced now. But I thought, whenever you got married, it was kind of like that little dream image or whatever you want to call it. I thought that your husband would have a good paying job and work, and he would be the provider, and you would just be able to move away and get you out of, get you away from here. But that did not happen for me. And that was definitely one of my dreams and stuff. And nowadays, realistically, unless if you're already financially well off, most people have to work, the husband and the wife, no matter what. So whatever. Well, let's get into it. And I am going to show people's names and addresses on this because, like this right here, my aunt's passed on. She does not live there. This came from my aunt. It's just an envelope that came from her. And I don't know. I know a lot of you all will probably be like, and there's my address. I don't care to show my address because, I mean, I show it to y'all all the time anyways. Whenever I'm out checking the mail or taking the trash out, so y'all see it all the time. But I'm not even going to like rip stuff. I'm just going to put stuff over here to this side and just throw it away. My aunt passed on, and my aunt passed on in like 2019, in July of 2019 or something. And she meant the world to me. She was one of my favorite people. She was like a best friend to me. She was like a mother to me. She was my aunt to me. She was like a sister to me that I never had. I just loved her, and I knew she loved me, and she's one of the few people that I had in my life that ever showed me love, and it is still real hard on me. I'm sorry, I don't want to start crying to you guys. Most of the people that I really truly loved or truly loved me back are gone, or they are gone, so. Anyways, I won't get into that hopefully in this video and stuff. I just want to get declutter. I want to get rid of stuff because whenever you die, you can't take things with you no matter what. And so, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of this stuff is going to be cards that people's wrote to me and gave to me. And I will be getting rid of letters and stuff that my aunt, and I'm not reading them off. I've already read them and stuff. But I'm not going to reread them or nothing. Because this stuff is not going to mean nothing, to be honest. I mean, it might sound bad, but it's not going to mean nothing. It's not going to mean nothing to my daughters. So, I'm going to get rid of a lot of this stuff that's memorial stuff. Most people only care about, myself included, most people only care about their own lives. Their own people that they truly love and stuff. And it doesn't mean that I don't truly love these people. That's from my pen pal that I had a long time ago. And what happened in that situation was pretty much I just stopped writing her. After we had the flood of July of 2022, it was my fault and I admit to it. And I feel so bad about it, but it's been so long now, I don't know what to do. I mean, we're in 2025 now and we're almost over with that. It's just that my life is so chaotic and I don't want to talk about it in this video. But there's a whole lot of stuff that I keep to myself, and anybody, whether you're on social media or not, people only show you what they want you to see or they don't care for you to see. And obviously, there's stuff that I don't want you all to know about either, and I'm going to keep to myself too. But, I mean, it was the same way too with my pen pal. And a lot of times too, I just got tired of writing her because of my life being so chaotic and it's so embarrassing. And I wouldn't wish and I mean this even to this day, I would not wish my life on any human being, even if they're the worst person in this world, even if they're my biggest enemy. I would not wish my life on nobody, what I've been through or what I have to deal through with daily in my life. And I mean it. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. I just pray about it all the time, and I hope that, the Creator answers my prayers and we can get out of this situation, because it's not right and it's not healthy for nobody. And I would, like I said, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I'm trying not to get emotional about things. And I'm trying not to show you addresses of people that are still living at those locations, because I just don't feel like that's right or nothing. This is another letter that came from my aunt. Me and my aunt used to write each other years ago. I'm not going to talk about that much in this video, and I'm not going to much talk about my pen pal either, but it is my fault with my pen pal, because I get in these states of depression, I still do, where I'll just, I don't know, I don't want to share, like, I get in such depressive states where I don't want to share stuff with people, and I just kind of, I don't know how you would describe it. You just kind of lock up or freeze up. I'm still going to keep, and I know if my pen pal ever sees this, she would be hurt by this, by me getting rid of and just throwing away all these letters and stuff. But it might not make sense to other people, but it makes sense to me as to why I'm doing it. I will save one letter, the last letter she wrote me, because I do have intentions on, no matter what, writing her back someday while I'm alive. It just kind of to explain myself to her why I quit writing her. But I quit writing her probably like in the fall of 2022, or either the last time I received something. Well, I received stuff from her for Christmas that year of December of 2022. But I was going through a lot. I'm not going to get into it on this video, but I was going through a lot of mental stress with my oldest daughter and stuff, and it's not my place to talk about that with people and stuff. This is a card I got from my pen pal. It's real pretty. But anyways, it's not my place to discuss certain things like that online with no one or anything. And I don't think I'm going to save some of this stuff either from other relatives, even though they're alive, because I'm not showing y'all, definitely not showing y'all the address to some of these. And it's not me being mean, it's just for their own safety and stuff. Because, like, some of these people that I'm kin to distantly on my dad's side of the family, and I'm not going to talk about that completely in this video. I don't know if I ever will, because it's really not my place. And if I ever did say anything, it wouldn't be right, because it would just be for pretty much like, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but clouting or clout or whatever, just for like imagery of wanting to be popular or wanting to use someone else's money and fame to my good, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to. I've already showed you all a lot of these pictures. I will be saving pictures and stuff only because it's of me, and that might sound narcissist, but it's for my daughters. Even though realistically, they're not one. They don't have a close relationship with me. It's very strained on all ends. But maybe in their lives in the future, when they get older, maybe they'll change their. I'm hoping they'll change their opinions. Or maybe if I pass away, hopefully I pass away before they do. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they'll feel differently, and it's up to them, anyways. When I pass away, if they want pictures or not of me. You know, they have it there. They know who they come from and what I look like or whatever, if they want it. Even though it's like a lot of my pictures, like I said in other videos, is not recent pictures. They're all digital because they're online and stuff. So I don't have hard copies much of nothing. That's a little card I got from my pen pal, I believe. But like what I was saying about the celebrity type thing or whatever. My dad's niece, which she's actually older than him, but it's still his niece the way it works. Her daughter ended up marrying the creator to The Walking Dead. And so yes, I have family that live in Cynthiana, Kentucky, and it's all distant though. It's not like we're real close. I don't have no problems with them or nothing, and I'm not getting into it in this video. But used to, and still yet every year, used to, me and her mom, the one that's my dad's great niece that's married to the creator of The Walking Dead, her mom used to write me letters, and I used to write her letters, but she still sends me a Christmas card every year. And so I don't want to show you guys that, and I'm not keeping it just because it's that either. I'm throwing this all away. You know, like I said, I don't want to be looked at as somebody for cloud chasing or whatever. And I'm not going to sit here and show you guys just to prove it to you or whatever. You can believe me if you want to, and if you don't, you don't. You do, you do. But I'm not going to show you their pictures or nothing. But anyways, that's the Christmas card I got from her this last Christmas. That's her mom. And so I can show you that because it's just a little note she wrote me. Like I said, I'll probably save these pictures of me just because they're pictures of me. Y'all can take it however you want to. Mostly just going to be getting rid of all the letters, cards, stuff like that over the years from whoever. There's just no point in saving it, in my opinion. And I already know what's in my heart. I already read these letters. Sorry, I can't speak today. Thousands of times I've read these letters and stuff from my aunt and my pen pal and my dad's niece and stuff. And so, and my other relatives that I used to write letters to. I used to love to write letters and stuff to people, and I actually am more fond of snail mail than what I am. I've already showed you all these pictures. I'm just finding the ones that are of me and I'm keeping, and the ones that are of not of me I'll probably throw away, unless if they're my daughters. And y'all can take that however you want to. I really don't care. It's just the realistic truth of living nowadays. I mean, yeah, hundreds of centuries ago, whenever people, I guess in the time of kings and queens or whatever, people would want to keep like pictures as documentation of their ancestry lines and stuff like that, but not nowadays. I will show you this. This is a picture of my grandpa. I was telling you all the other day that's my sibling there. It's just a picture, so I don't feel bad about posting it. Anyways, that's me when I was younger there. But I was telling y'all in the other video when I was driving the Hazard with y'all what my grandpa used to dress like. So this is what he used to dress like, and that's what he used to look like. That's my dad's dad. And I don't know if you can really see it or not, but on his uniform on the name tag here, he has the word dad wrote on it. And I've already showed you all most of these pictures and stuff of me. I'm just trying to go through them and make sure that they're just mostly of me or whatever. Like these ones, y'all can think that's terrible or whatever, but I'm going to get rid of the ones that are of animals and stuff, because they're my pets and stuff that I had growing up. My daughters ain't going to care about that. And if I ever was to pass away, they're not going to give one crap about that. Let's just be realistic and stuff. So that's not going to mean nothing to them. And realistically, nowadays, when a person passes away, all you need is one daggone picture, because all you're going to do is put, if you have a normal American funeral service or whatever, all you're going to do is put one picture. I'm not saying, and hopefully I won't, but hopefully I won't die anytime soon or nothing. But I'm just being realistic. When a person passes away, usually all you do is get one picture, like for an obituary or whatever. And you don't need all the rest. You don't need. I sure don't want, especially where I have a strained relationship with my parents and stuff. I know what they look like. I don't need all kinds of pictures of them. I will save the pictures back of my ex, their dad, with me and stuff, because it's their dad, you know. So obviously I'm gonna save pictures and stuff. So there it is. That's whenever I was about, I don't know if I was about 17 or 18 there. Can't remember. Might have been older. But I'm not going to save I'm not going to save too much. I'll talk about this a little bit. And, but yeah, my dad is kin to, that's his great niece, is the girl who's married to the creator of The Walking Dead and all them other series. I've never met him in person. I don't know him in person. Now, I ain't gonna talk about it in detail or nothing, but I might talk about that sometime, maybe. Um, but like I said, I don't want to be like clout chasing or whatever. I don't want to be like use things like that just so people can think whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like I said, I don't know her. I don't know her since she's been older. I only remember her whenever she was real young, you know, and she really didn't hang out with me too much. I liked her and never had no problems with her. I thought she was really cool, and and stuff like that. But and it doesn't surprise me that she ended up marrying the creator of The Walking Dead, because like when we was growing up and stuff, I as soon as I realized we're the creator, because I used to be a big time fan of The Walking Dead. I ain't gonna get into that in this video, but I like it. I'm just not as big of a fan of it as what I used to be for other reasons, but I'm not getting into it in this video. But anyways, how do I put this? When I found out who the creator or where the creator was from, because I knew we had family in Santana, you know, and stuff. My dad's half sisters and stuff. That's how my dad is kin to them. And anyways, it would have been her grandmother, but she's already passed on. She passed on years ago. She passed away. But anyways, as soon as I found out who the creator was, when I was like a super fan of The Walking Dead, I knew that she was the one that was married to him. I just knew it because, like I said, whenever we was growing up, because they live so far away. Like Cynthia is like almost 3 or 4 hours away from us, even closer to like 5 hours away from us. But she only came here like a couple times when we was younger, and she's more closer to my brother's age, and she would hang out with my brother more than what she did with me and stuff. She just had more in common with him, and they was the same age, and we were little children back then. And so she only came in here like 1 or 2 times that I can remember, and they didn't come here that much because my dad's side of the family, I'm not saying them, but I'm just saying in general, it's just like, I guess it is, it's all I've ever known on both sides. It's all chaotic for different reasons and stuff. But my mother's side of the family's people just don't get along. Same thing with my dad's side. People just don't get along. And so there's a lot of times, and I'm not saying them, and I'm not going to say their names, but it's just probably how it is in a lot of people's families. Um, or that's all I've ever had to deal with in life around here. And I know a lot of people here in Eastern Kentucky, they're the same way with their families and stuff. So it's all chaotic and everything. But anyways, me and her mom got close, and also her aunt, but her aunt's already passed away. Back whenever I was dealing with breast cancer, and like I said, I've never met him in person, and I do not know him. I don't know nothing of him, and I don't know much about her either now that she's married to him. And I I don't. I mean, I'm not connected to her in any way and stuff. Um, Me and her mom got close back when her mom's sister, had cancer too, around the same time I did. And I'm not going to go in complete detail about that story in this video, but maybe I'll do it if I ever make a cancer video or get around to making a cancer video. I'll talk more about it, but not in this video. But back then, I used to write both of them letters. Like I said, I've always enjoyed snail mail over any other like social media type stuff. And so I used to write letters to a bunch of my aunts and stuff. I've always been closer to people in my whole lifetime who's older than me. And so I am closer to like a lot of my aunts and uncles and stuff like that, or I used to be. But I've had falling outs over the years too with them too, because of family situations, like on either or side of the family or whatever. But anyways, her mother still gives me like a Christmas card, and she keeps it up still. Yeah, I don't really send her a Christmas card or nothing, but she does at least once a year. She still sends a Christmas card out every year with like all their pictures and stuff on it. But anyways, I haven't wrote her. I kind of did the same thing with her, like I sort of did. I was trying to explain. I get in these moods with it. Doesn't matter who it is. I did it not just to my pen pal. I did it to her mom. I also did it to my aunt, my cousin that was her mom's sister that passed away that had cancer the same time I did. It's just like I get in these moods, like these depressive states. It's nothing against the other person, but it's just because my life, my adult life, is so chaotic, and I'm so embarrassed of it. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And it's out of my control, but it's not out of God's control. I just keep praying about it all the time. But and it's one of the biggest reasons why I made myself a YouTube channel. But anyways, I just get in these depressive states where I just kind of freeze or lock up and don't want to involve anyone else in my life, or I don't know how to say it or describe it really, but I just kind of distance myself from people, not because they did anything or because I did anything or anything like that. It's just because I don't know. I just want to deal with things on my own or whatever. I don't know how else to describe it. But anyways, we'll move on because I can ramble on all day. And even though people do not want to be on my YouTube account, um, I don't care to show like pictures like this from the past of certain people. Like I said, I'm not showing you all to prove it. You can believe me if you want to. If you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Whenever it comes to the people I was just talking about, but I am not going to be chasing clout or whatever you want to call it. So I'm not going to show stuff like that. So, anyways, this is my ex. This is my the dad of both of my daughters, and this is whenever he was probably about 18 years old. And the reason I'm showing y'all this, I used to be into scrapbooking and stuff too, making scrapbooks and stuff. But I'll show you this because all these flowers you see on here, he's holding a teddy bear and stuff in that picture too. But these flowers you see on here, these are the only flowers I've ever gotten. And he was my only relationship, really. I mean, I've had I don't know. I don't want to get into it in this video, but I've not really had that much of relationships or nothing. But anyways, this is the only flowers. You can tell they're different flowers, but this is all the flowers I've ever received my whole entire life from like a lover or whatever you want to call it. I think he did get me like, I don't know if he got me flowers or not. I think he might have gotten me flowers one time when we were like fighting or something, whenever we were married. But I don't know if it was flowers or if it was just some other kind of little gift. But basically, this is all he ever did get for me, and this is when we were dating. So that should tell you something. I don't remember, this is probably the first time I got flowers from him. In this one here, I think. I could be wrong. Or it could be this one. I think this is it. Just the one single rose, and I think he got me a teddy bear. And he didn't even pick it out. I mean, come on, let's be real. His mom always done it. And then I got these flowers one time. These roses. I don't know. I think that was my senior year in high school. I can't remember. This might have been my senior year in high school. I can't remember. But it was always like for Valentine's Day or something. And then this was for a different time. He got me roses. But that's the only time. And I'm not saving this. I'm going to throw that in the throwaway pile. Because my girls don't need to see that even though it's their dad. You know, that's the only reason I saved that was because it was like every time he ever got me anything, which wasn't much of nothing. So, whatever, and it was his mom. And I'm throwing away that picture only because it's blurry. Yeah, growing up, I was from the generation where we used to climb trees and play in trees. But it's blurry. It's the 80s type pictures. And I'm throwing this away because it's of my dad, yeah, and his siblings. But I don't care. I mean, all these people, well, my granny there, she's passed on. And then I don't stay with none of these people, and some of these people have passed on. And so, I mean, they don't really, if they want pictures of their grandparents, I don't know. I just don't think, I don't believe like that anymore nowadays. I guess I would feel different if I had a close relationship with people, but I don't, so whatever. Here's another picture of my dad, and I'm throwing it away. Throw away, Paul. Doesn't mean nothing to me. A lot of things are just, and I am going to throw away pictures too of people that I used to be friends with, and it's not because I'm not friends with them no more. It's just that I don't fool with them no more. And I'm going to throw this picture away. That's of my ex and I. And we're all divorced now in this picture, so there ain't no point in keeping it. That's his sister and her ex, too. And so they already know what their dad looks like. And so they don't need tons of pictures from the past of me and him together. And they really don't need, that's an individual picture of him, but I don't know if I'll throw that one away or keep it where it's an individual picture of him. I'm sure he was on the phone with me, but I think I'll throw it away. I'll keep that one just because it's a baby picture of him. And I'm not keeping this one. That's whenever you used to could go, I don't know what's on it, but you used to could go to the courthouse to get fake IDs made for like bicycles, driver license whenever I was a child growing up. I'm not holding on to that. That was on our wedding day. I ain't holding on to that either. That was whenever I was a teenager. I think I've showed y'all some of this before. Not holding on to that. That's people I went to school with. That was my graduation day, but I'm throwing it away. That was my wedding day, but I'm throwing it away. That was the first day I ever met my ex. We had a long distance relationship. And used to, as you can see, this was my childhood bedroom. This right here, I used to mark down all the places that I used to go to states to when I traveled. And I did used to collect angels growing up. And I used to love, because it was in my time period, I used to love Rainbow Bright. And I used to put those stickers on my ceiling and stuff. But I'm throwing that one away too. That's in the throwaway pile. I just don't feel like, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't feel like it's necessary to hold on to all this stuff anymore. Throwing that away, that was prom. Throwing that away, it's just a nature picture. Even if it's a pretty nature picture and I love nature, there's no point in holding on to it because people don't care about things unless if they experience it themselves with you. They're a part of it. And so I'm not holding on. I'm looking at everything, looking at it to keep for my daughters. And then, like, what I am saving in the keep pile later on, when I pass away, they can decide whether or not they want to throw it away. I'm throwing that away. That's my dad and my uncle and my grandpa there. Ain't no point in me keeping that and holding on to it. I don't even talk to them. I ain't spoke to my dad or my mom since last October or September, and I don't plan on it. And the way I look at it is, if they can go that long too without even trying to speak to me back, they must be more than okay with it too, so be it. Shows how they really care. And if I ever do sell this house, I will not sell it back to them no matter what. And if I do sell it back to them, I will ask a ridiculous price for this house, even if it's not worth it. They do not deserve my kindness. That's a letter or a card from my pen pal. I have tons. You can see in here. This box is full. I have tons and tons and tons of cards and letters and stuff from people over the years, mostly my pen pal. And she did send me a lot of really cool stuff, but like I said, it's not because of anything anyone's done to me why I quit writing people. It's just that I get like that, but I do prefer. See, there's even some stamps, but I'm not holding on to nothing. It's just that I don't know how else to describe it. I don't have room for all this junk, even if it is memorial stuff for me or memory stuff, and it's sentimental or whatever. I just don't have room for it, and it's not gonna mean nothing to my daughters. And so I just look at it. I don't know how to make it make sense to you all, but I just look at it like there's no point in holding on to anything like that. You know, it's just the way I look at it. Maximo's laying in this bin. I probably won't even be able to go because we're already almost at the hour mark and ain't got nothing done. But I'll probably cut this video off soon and just go through it myself without filming because it's taking so long. But I'm the type of person, I'm kind of romantic like that. I prefer snail mail over just like an email or something like that, you know. A lot of that stuff, a lot of these cards come from my aunt that passed away on my mom's side, or either they came from my pen pal. There's one of the little kittens out trying to discover stuff. I'll show you all this envelope just because it doesn't matter. This was handmade from my brother one time. It does have the addresses on it. This was whenever he was in prison one time in LaGrange, Kentucky. And he made me this for my birthday. He's really artistic, talented with art and stuff too, which I guess when you're in jail or prison, you have a lot of time on your hands. You know, you can do stuff like that and stuff, but I'll just film it and get rid of it, you know. But it was a really cool looking birthday card that he made. Really talented and stuff with the art and stuff. But anyways, that doesn't matter. And you all can think I'm cruel or whatever. I'm going to throw these away. I'm so sorry. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them or that I don't love her or whatever, but my girls ain't going to know her. This is my pen pal. This is pictures from years ago. She used to send me pictures with cards all the time. And she's a real big animal lover, dog lover. And she lives in Georgia and stuff. But I'm just going to throw them away because I'm sorry. There's just, I don't know how to describe it to y'all to make sense. But there's just no point on me holding on to this stuff. A lot of these pictures and stuff too came from my pen pal. She always was real good about sending me pictures and stuff. And cards. And stamps. But I'm decluttering, you guys. I'm decluttering. That's her dad there. And that's her. Her dad passed away right before I stopped writing her. Her dad passed away. And she was from Georgia. We met, me and my pen pal met. I will try to tell you that story right fast on how we met. I think we met in the year 2014. Let's see if I can't get this out of this package. But what happened was around Christmas time, my oldest daughter at the grade school, they used to give every child a backpack at Christmas time. And it would have like hygiene items in it. Sometimes it would have snacks in it. And then sometimes it would have like a little toy or something in it. And then sometimes it would have, because it was around Christmas time, and then sometimes it would have Christmas cards in it, or a Christmas card. Well, that year, back in 2014, my daughter got that, picked out a backpack, and the backpack had a Christmas card in it, and it had her address on it, and it was a Christmas card from my pen pal. So anyways, I decided to send her a Christmas card back and tell her thank you. And then from there, she wrote me back and she was asking if we could be pen pals or something like that. And she and I just started writing each other. So that's how we became pen pals. And she has other pen pals. I'm sure she still has them. She had even back then, she had probably about 10 other pen pals besides me. But she was the best pen pal I ever had. I had pen pals growing up when you used to could get them through the school system and stuff. But I never did have as good of a connection or write them all the time and stuff me and her did. I haven't heard from her in probably, I think, last fall, or maybe the fall before that was the last time, back in 2023, was the last time I ever got a card from her. I'm sure she just gave up on me because of how I done her. I just, like I said, I get kind of in these depressive states where I just kind of break down and I don't know, just quit dealing with things, I guess you could say. But she was a really, really good pen pal and a really good person. Oh, my last name used to be White when I was married and stuff. And I actually didn't change my last name from White just because I didn't know you could do it for free one time in the state of Kentucky after you divorced until after that flood happened in July of 2022. Because I needed to get stuff together to go to, I was going on before the flood happened, I had to get stuff together, like documentation, so I could go on that cruise that I went on back in July of 2022 before the flood. I went to a cruise at the Bahamas at Bimini, and I went on Carnival Cruise Line. And so that was the most beautiful. I'd love to go back there someday. It was the most beautiful water I had ever seen or swimmed in my entire life. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I guess a reason why I'm wanting to do this is because one of those little baby kitties is in there with Maximo. Oh, now he's gonna get up. But I guess one of the reasons why I'm wanting to like go through and declutter this stationery stuff, memorial stuff, is because whenever my dad's sister, the one that's living, he only has one of them that's living. A couple years ago, after we got back from that cruise, because she went with us on that cruise, when she got back that year for Christmas, she gave me a bunch of printed off pictures and stuff that she had saved. And anyways, I think that's what was going through her mind too, is of really, but she's like 85 years old or 86 years old now, and she's still alive. But anyways, I think that's whenever she started really thinking about things like that, like really her children, they're not really gonna care about pictures of me or my children or nothing like that, or anyone else, other than people just care about themselves and who they care about. I mean, it's just realistic or whatever, but that's so that's why I think she gave me back like a lot of printed off copies of pictures and stuff that she had of me and my girls. And it made sense and stuff why she done it. Which, like I said, she is older and stuff. But that's a picture of my pen pal that I used to have. I really wish that I would write her a letter. It's been so long now, I wouldn't know what to say. She was an extremely wonderful person. And I think that was her sister sitting beside of her. And this is a picture that my pen pal sent me of one of her bedrooms that she had decorated. I think I sent her that little monkey there. I probably sent her that, and I don't remember if I sent her anything else or not. But she, people collect different things and have different collections. When I was younger, I used to collect stuff, but I don't really much care about stuff like that now that I'm older, or now that I'm poor and stuff. Right now, I probably would be tempted, to be honest, if I had money, like, an endless supply of money or whatever you want to call it, to buy things. But really, what's the point in buying things like that, especially now that I'm older? Because unless if it's something you're going to use, why have collections? Because you're just going to have to clean them up, So I'm going to throw this away too. This is my ex's family in Tennessee. So sometimes I would get cards from people like that too. Hardly ever, but sometimes. Hey, little kitty and Maximo. I really do regret not writing back. I regret, because I did that with kind of everybody that I got close to. I just kind of start distancing myself away, if I get in a depressive state, and it's not because of them, it's because of whatever I'm going through behind closed doors, so to speak. But I did that to my aunt that was my favorite aunt that passed away in 2019, my mom's sister. I did that to her like right before she was diagnosed with cancer too, and she passed away. I started doing that because I was going through something back then with my oldest daughter, and because like I said, we've always kind of had situations where we've had strained relationships, both of my daughters and I. And I think and feel like a lot of that, in my opinion, because obviously it's my opinion, it's my life, and it's my YouTube channel, it's my side of things, has to do with us living here in this house in a lot of different situations. Plus, where I live next to my family, my parents, and my uncle, and where my mom's relationship and mine's always been strained all my life, and especially now so more. This is the longest period of time I've went long periods of time before without speaking to either one of my parents. But this is the longest period of time I've ever went without speaking to them or nothing. But they have not attempted or nothing to reach out to me. So they mean it too. They made their decision too. So it is what it is. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It's very hurtful. It's very hurtful whenever you're not loved by people that are supposed to love and care for you. It's very hurtful whenever you see the differences that people make between you and your children and their other grandchildren or your sibling or whoever, or people will go out of their way and treat people like in the community or regular random strangers or people that really have realistically nothing to do with their personal lives. They'll just treat them so wonderful and make them think that they're the most wonderful people ever was. But whenever it comes to their own family, they treat their family like crap. So, and I just can't handle it no more. I don't want to handle it no more. And yes, I do hold grudges. Yes, I am bitter. Yes, I am full of hate. I admit to all those things. And I don't plan on changing it as long as I have to live here. Because I'm just being realistic about it. I'm not a kiss. I don't kiss people's hind ends. I don't suck up to people's hind ends. No matter what. So whatever. Or whoever they are. Hi, kitty. My pen pal always did have the prettiest cards that she would send me. Another thing about my pen pal and stuff, she had, I think, at the time, before we stopped writing each other, she had one other pen pal in the United States, and it was an older woman. I think at the time I was probably her youngest pen pal. But I think she had a pen pal over in Germany. She had one over in, I think, France. She had one over in China. She had pen pals everywhere. She had like 10 pen pals altogether, she told me. So she had them all over the world and stuff. So that's something that she really enjoyed to do too. Okay, this right here is from my ex, but I'm not keeping it. This is one of the few. I think this is the first one, or one of the first ones. This is like, I used to be real into religion. I wish I was more so now, but my relationship's not where it needs to be. That's for sure. With the creator and stuff. But anyways, I don't remember for sure what year this was. And he don't have it wrote down. No, this is after we dated for 2 years. But anyways, he got me this card and stuff, and that's one of the few items that I ever received. But I did used to love, and he probably did pick this out. I did used to love like Noah's Ark stuff and anything to do with the Bible and stuff. But I'm gonna throw it away. Doesn't mean nothing to me now. And it shouldn't mean nothing to my daughters. And I don't know where this came from. This is just, those little Valentines. I'm not holding on to it. That's Valentines you get when, like, you're in grade school. I'm not going to show you this picture of these classmates, but this is just those little old Valentines you get when you're in grade school. They used to send around whenever you get pictures made when you're in grade school. My aunt always sent real pretty cards too, and so did my cousin that passed away from cancer too. That's my ex, and I'm throwing it away. Disgusting. Okay, this right here is whenever I used to take pictures of the flower beds and flower pots when I used to decorate them, but there ain't no point in holding on to that. There's no point. More cards and letters from my pen pal. You guys, I ain't even halfway done, and we've already hit past the hour mark. So I think I'm going to get off here. And maybe I'm getting kind of tired, though, to be honest, and worn out. This is kind of exhausting, and it also takes a toll on you mentally. So I will continue. I don't know when to do this, but I think I'll get off here and just lay down because I got to go pick up my daughter, my youngest daughter, later on from school. And so I'll have to get in the school line earlier, too, to pick her up. And so, yeah, I want to get off of here and quit doing this for the time being. There's another time I got flowers. I think my ex did give me those flowers one time when we were married. And that was probably the only time I received any flowers or gifts for me bought when we was married, is because he was doing it as a makeup thing. Because we had gotten a fight or argument or something. So that was a long time ago, and I'm throwing that away. It's my ex and his brother and one of my little cousins whenever I got married. But yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to quit doing this for now and pick back up on it later. And so I'm going to get off here and go get in line probably and stuff for my daughter at her school. But I appreciate any of y'all who've watched me. I appreciate any of y'all who just, even if you just spent like a minute with me watching my videos. It really does help, and I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Sorry this video is kind of being like all over the place, and it's not much of nothing, but whatever. And it's took me over an hour just to do that much, so I'll be at this for a while. So anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Hope y'all have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.